Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about movements of small and large intestine. Small intestine is 20 to 25 feet long with villi and microvilli for a total surface area of 25 square meters. It consists of three parts: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. The digestion takes place in the duodenum, whereas absorption takes place in the jejunum and ileum. The intestines are lined with villi. This is the pictorial of representation of villus. It is lined by simple columnar epithelium and it consists of lacteal and blood capillary network. So this villus increases the surface area of the intestinal lining and also increases the absorption of digestive products, and capillaries carry away these products from villi. Nutrients are absorbed by simple diffusion, that is from higher to lower concentration, facilitated diffusion, that is against the concentration gradient, using or through carrier proteins, and through active transport, in which energy is required in the form of ATP. As chyme enters the duodenum, it stimulates the release of pancreatic juice and it mixes with the enzymes from the pancreas and small intestine, as well as with bile, fluid and bicarbonates. All the gastric and small intestinal secretions and pancreatic secretions are controlled by the neuronal and hormonal mechanisms. Coming to secretions of small intestine, mucus protects against the digestive enzymes and stomach acids, that is HCl. Digestive enzymes, disaccharidases break down disaccharides into monosaccharides. Peptidases hydrolyze peptide bonds. Nucleases break down nucleic acids. Duodenal glands, stimulated by vagus nerve, secrete in chemical or tactile irritation of duodenal mucosa. Proteins, peptidases break peptides into amino acids. Lipases break down lipids into glycerol and fatty acids. Coming to carbohydrate digestion, it begins in mouth with salivary amylase. It is stopped or halted by hydrochloric acid. Digestion mostly occurs in small intestine by pancreatic amylase. It passes through intestinal wall in monosaccharide form. Example, glucose. They quickly move through the digestive enzyme. Some carbohydrate forms cannot be digested by human and hence are excreted. Coming to protein digestion, it begins in stomach by proteolytic enzymes. Most of the digestion takes place in the duodenum by pancreatic and intestinal enzymes. Protein hydrolysis final phase occurs in the brush border of the microvilli, absorbed in the form of amino acid, because otherwise what happen? Allergic reactions happen. Coming to lipid digestion, it begins in stomach with the gastric lipase. Here digestion takes place in small intestine. Bile and action of stomach or small intestine breaks down large globules into smaller pieces. Lipases break down particles into fatty acids. This we saw in the previous slides. Cholesterol and fat soluble vitamins follow similar process. Coming to regulation of small intestine secretions, it is regulated by mechanical and chemical stimulation from chyme stimulates goblet cells to secrete mucosa. We saw goblet cells in the villi. So this goblet cell is stimulated by mechanical and chemical stimulation from the chyme. So hence what happened? This goblet cells secrete mucus. Distension or stretching of the intestinal wall stimulates the parasympathetic reflexes that stimulates secretions from small intestine. So here cholecystokinin plays the role. Coming to the small intestine motility. The main objective of the motility of small intestine is it thoroughly mix the chyme with pancreatic, bile and intestinal juices so that proper digestion and absorption of essential nutrients can take place. Intestinal motility also propels chyme into the colon. So it takes 3 to 5 hours for the chyme to traverse through the small intestine. So small intestine, previously as we saw, it contains 3 parts. Duodenum is the first part of the intestine and it constitutes 5% of it. Okay. So jejunum constitutes 40% and ileum constitutes more than 55% of the small intestine. So there is no definite demarcation between jejunum and ileum. These both will be in a continuous manner. The wall of the small intestine has all the layers of the gut. See, the muscularis externa, consisting of outer longitudinal and inner circular muscles, is well developed in small intestine. This helps in effective intestinal motility. Though the lymphatic nodules are they are more in number in ileum and they extend into the submucosa, the lymphatic nodules provide immunity to the intestine. So now coming to the types of intestinal movements. So see, in this picture we are seeing two movements, peristalsis. First one is peristalsis and segmentation. So we are going to learn in detail about movements of the small intestine. So intestinal movements carry out 3 primary functions. First, it mixes the chyme with digestive secretions. Next, it brings the chyme in contact with the absorptive surface of the microvilli to increase absorption.